Have you ever felt, or perhaps you're feeling right now, like there is more to life than what you're currently living? Perhaps you have started to be more aware of yourself or your surroundings, of who you are, what you really want, and how to live your life in a more authentic and deeper way than what we currently usually live, which is in autopilot most of the time, just going to work, going home, meeting people, but always doing the same structures, routines without thinking too much about the now, about why am I here? What is my purpose? What does my life truly mean? And who I am deeply in my soul and in my core, not just what we see physically. So if you're going through this and you've started to ask yourself a lot of questions or go deeper in your inner work and going through a spiritual awakening, in this case, is usually what it's called. Don't worry, you're not going crazy. You're not alone. This happens to many of us around the world, especially nowadays. It's starting to be more and more common because the earth and all of us are waking up more and more. It's going to happen even more to the people that have never been spiritual or never asked themselves those kind of questions or who they are really inside, instead of just a job title, their age, their appearance, their family status, just who they truly are inside in a soul level. In this video, I'm going to explain to you 3 simple lessons that I've learned over the years going through my own spiritual awakening and also going through different challenges when it comes to being more awake or being more spiritual. And I want to explain all of this to you in a simple, more realistic way or without any complicated terms or words, because I've personally noticed that sometimes in the spiritual world, there's a lot of complicated terms, rituals, healing work which is great and wonderful to have. It should be accessible and understandable for all of us. I like simplicity, so I think spirituality should be available and easy for all of us to understand. And that's why I like to create these videos to, with my voice, explain to you in an easier way how to understand these complicated concepts at times, okay? I also want to give a message here that spirituality doesn't have to be something complicated. Spirituality is as simple as just being yourself, being you connected to your soul, being you in your authentic essence. It's not about doing complicated rituals or achieving a level of vibration that is absolutely high that no one can reach, or doing this amount of healing works and healing circles that we see everywhere, which is like, it's great to have those tools at times, but that is not the true key meaning of being spiritual. Being spiritual is just being you in your true essence, and that means remembering who you truly are at a soul level. So it doesn't have to be something really complicated as we see, or something that we cannot all of us achieve. Let's remember we are all spirits, okay? So even if you don't understand this concept, we are all spirits living a human experience. Hence why we are all spiritual at our core, at our soul level. So everyone at the end of the day is spiritual. It's just some people are more in tune with it, others are still on their journey, others they don't want to discover that side of them, and that's completely acceptable too. Everybody has a journey and a path, okay? And we are all here for different reasons, and our soul has come here for different reasons that we chose to be here. And while I might be in one path that I might align with yours, we might be in completely different ones. But I do believe at the end of the day, our souls are going to align in the same path, in the same spiritual journey. Just it can be in different stages or different timelines. A spiritual awakening is just remembering who we are as at a soul level. So if you've never come with terms about past lives, or how we, in this case, it gets to this lifetime, to this earth time, many of us have had many previous lifetimes before, okay? That depends, of course, on the person and the soul experience that each and one of them has had. We choose this life. We come to this lifetime right now. Let's say in my life right now, I chose this, and we choose different aspects, and it all depends in our soul's evolutions, or whatever has happened before, whatever we have had to work on, also our karma, how we come here. It truly just means when we come to this lifetime, we obviously can't come here remembering everything that our soul has experienced, because it's too much for the human experience to come here and remember, let's say, all of your past lives, to remember everything, the tough moments that you've been through, whatever it is you've experienced, or perhaps different places your soul has been in, because we wouldn't be able to sustain it at a human level. And everybody as well, sometimes when you talk about this stuff, they think you're a little bit crazy. Not everybody, of course, but it's hard to come to this life remembering everything. Now, there's some people that do, more and more are coming, more souls coming with a lot of memories from before, or knowing why they're here since they are kids. But our soul tends to not remember everything because it's too much to handle. And in the spiritual world, everything that is given to us and everything we experience is given to us because at a soul level, we are able to sustain it. We are able to handle it. If not, it wouldn't be given to us, or if not, we wouldn't have chose that path, okay? Even though it can be really challenging at times, but that's the easiest way I can explain it. So let's say we forget all of that as a soul level. We forget who we truly are at our core, okay? And spiritual awakening, it's really going through that process of waking up, remembering who you truly are. Okay, so the first lesson, the first stage we go through is we start questioning our lives. We start questioning our surroundings. We start questioning people around us, ourselves, our thoughts. We start questioning, is this what it really is like, or is there more to life than the life I'm living in this job, in this relationship, in this circumstance, in this country, or is there more to it? And that's the eternal question sometimes, and that's how it starts being a curiosity, a feeling or thoughts, and then you start being more aware. You start being more conscious about certain things and patterns that you're going through in your life. When you're going through this, I would like to tell you that you're not going crazy, okay? You're just starting to be more aware of your thoughts, of your being, of your physical body, of your mental, of your spiritual soul. You're starting just to be more aware in the slow stages of who you truly are. And you start questioning, what is my purpose? Why am I here? Why does my life doesn't feel in fully alignment? Is there no more to this that I can experience in a deeper way? That's how I would put it in simple terms. The second lesson or stage, it's the most challenging one. It's the inner work. Inner work, which a lot of people call it the shadow work. So working on your shadow. So we all have, let's say we split ourselves in half, okay? And one part of me is light. Look, as you're seeing with the sun here, it's a perfect explanation. So this side of me, it's my light side. And the other side of me is my shadow side, my dark side, let's say. We all have that. Okay, we all have that, same as like we all have feminine and masculine energy. So both sides need to be aligned. And what it means is like we need to also work, in this case, on our shadow side, on our wounds or traumas or deep hurts or experiences that from the past, or unhealthy patterns. unhealthy relationships, whatever it is, or things about you, your flaws, maybe you're a perfectionist, maybe you tend to think negatively all the time, maybe you see things in a not a very positive way, or you tend to struggle a lot more than you should. Whatever it is that we need to, in this case, be aware of first, and then start our healing journey. So this is the most challenging part for all of us, which is like everything starts coming up. All of the wounds that you've buried or you thought they were gone, all of the things that you thought you were over, or that perhaps you weren't even aware that they were there, they all come up. And sometimes they can come up all at once. Okay. And sometimes what happens to many people, and many of us, I've been through this, everything just falls apart. Like it's very recognizable for some people when they're going through spiritual awakening, when just everything falls apart, like your career, your relationships, even friendships, yourself, your life, everything just falls apart. And you're like, okay, what is going on right now? Why am I feeling so miserable and not okay? So it's what they call the dark night of the soul. Again, this represents differently for everybody, I believe, but the common theme is like things don't make sense anymore. Everything starts to fall apart. You don't feel yourself. Your life does not feel good. And it's really tough. I completely empathize with this side. And I want to tell you that if you're going through this right now, just know that many people around the world have experiences and we are still experiencing it. And that means there is hope. That means there is light at the end of the tunnel. That means that there is faith there for you, that not your life is always going to be like that. I'm not going to lie to you. There's going to be challenges around your life. Nothing is perfect. We need to be able to handle both, as I said, light and shadow. And the world is light and shadow too. So you have to learn. That's why you go through this deep inner work, to learn how to handle deep challenges, sadness, struggles, whatever it is, to be able to manage them with a different type of awareness, with a different type of presence, and looking at the bright side instead of only focusing on the negative of whatever negative feeling you are experiencing. So there is hope, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and many other people that have been through spiritual awakenings can tell you this, or even other guides and teachers, that they all talk about this, and there is a way out, okay? But we have to go through it. As I said, as we are both light and shadow, we have to understand our shadow sides. We have to understand our flaws or insecurities. Why do we feel the way we feel? What do we need to work on? What do we need to improve in our lives in order to achieve the life we truly desire at a soul level? So this one is the most challenging one. So if you're going through this, hang in there. It takes time, but you will get through it. Okay. And the third one, the kind of final stage, put in simple terms, it's the one where you achieve a more present awareness of yourself. So you live more in the present moment instead of the past or the future. Now, this is challenging too. So the way we experience this is like we start being aware more of our present. We start doing things that make us feel better, creating healthier routines, creating patterns in our lives and habits that make us be more in the present moment. Let's say anything that you do, meditation, yoga, whatever you're into that makes you be in the present, and start focusing more on that feeling of being yourself in the present moment instead of worrying about the future or the past. So in this phase, you start feeling more authentic. You start being more aligned with who you truly are, then again, at a soul level. So who are you when you came here? What are your soul desires? What is your purpose? What are your passions? What did you came to this world to do? And this does not need to be a complicated thing. we need to understand that everybody's purpose is different. Sometimes some people have come here just to have a family. Maybe some people have come here to start a family, as simple as that. And other people might have come here to do a certain career because it's what their soul has been prepared to. And other people might come here to heal or their family ancestral traumas. Another person might come here to be with their soulmate and be in that love forever. What I mean is, like, obviously all of that can be together aligned, but everybody's journey is different. So please, let's not compare ourselves or our journeys, that one journey is better, the other one is not. Because it's the same as, like, if you want to start a business, maybe you do, like, you have a spiritual business or something you were called to do. That doesn't mean that everybody has to do that. That doesn't mean either that, as we see now, everybody should have a business. And that not everybody came either to have a business. Some people did, some people didn't. And every journey at a soul level, at a person's level, is completely different. So please, let's be aware of this and not compare ourselves that their purpose is bigger than mine because they are doing whatever. No, your purpose is yours, and you came here to experience whatever you came here to experience. So don't worry about that. And let's not think that you have to have a huge purpose in order to truly be living in alignment with your capacities and your soul. No, because it doesn't have to be that way. Everybody's completely different. And that's why this third stage, when the awareness comes in, that you accept who you are. You love yourself, you understand yourself, and you live in alignment with your desires, your passions, the life you want to live. And of course, it takes time too, and challenges might come too. This is not the perfect, you reach the third or whatever stage, and everything is wonderful and there's no issues whatsoever. No, that's not what the true human experience is. There's going to be some challenges too, or some learning, because we are all constantly learning and healing. And that is the circle, the process of life, okay? It's the same I love in the Celtic teachings, in this case, the number 3, or how they had these symbols where it's birth, death, rebirth. So kind of like a circle that goes around and around through our experiences and our lives. This stage is well defined. It's like you are connected to something deeper, either be it a higher force, universe, God, spirit guides, your higher self, whatever you want to call it. You are connected and you feel you are guided and you are protected, you are supported, you are divinely connected with this source, okay, whatever it is. A higher power will never judge you, punish you, force you to do things you don't want to do, or make you feel useless, less, and that you have to punish yourself or think that you have too many sins to even be accepted when we transcend and we go back, which we all go back to the same place. No higher force is like that. No higher power is like that. So anything or anyone that tells you or that you experience that they are there to punish you, to that you have to be perfect, that you're an imperfect, sinful person, for example, that is not what truly divine powers are. That is not truly what the true connection with a source, with something higher than us is, because a higher force, a higher power is full of unconditional love, unconditional acceptance, unconditional support, guidance. Is not there to judge you, is not there to punish you, is not there to make you feel less than anybody else or than yourself. Okay, let's remember this, please, if you're going through this experience, that if you connect to spirit or if you connect to anything beyond yourself, nothing that is in a higher vibrational frequency or in a higher power would ever make you feel less, judge you, or punish you. Okay? Just to make it clear here. So as I said, spirituality doesn't have to be something complicated. I know some terms that even I've mentioned are not as easy for some people to understand, and that's okay. I would like to also, if you are going through a challenging experience now, or you are through that second stage that I mentioned, the toughest one about inner work and healing, I have a short video I recorded a few months ago with a message that came to me for those challenging times. Okay, for those experiences, to have some hope and faith. I would encourage you and recommend you to listen to it if you resonate with this message, and I will include it here in the description box. And I would like you to know that your soul came here for many reasons, and only you can discover which those reasons are. You have your own answers. It is good so many times like to ask for answers or guidance outside, or study certain principles and things to discover who you are more deeply and do the work. But also you need to connect and tune in with yourself inside and see what are your answers. What is your inner self telling you? And you can get these messages and information from you in your higher self, which is just you in a higher vibration, a higher state of consciousness, but it's just you, through meditation. Any meditation you like. There doesn't have to be a specific meditation. Any meditation, even just sit in silence, do some breathing and connect. Go to nature, contemplate and feel the present moment. Anything that makes you feel good and brings you back to the present moment, even if it's doing an artistic thing or a hobby that you enjoy, whatever it is that brings you to the present moment, to connect with yourself. Time in solitude, of course. Sometimes we need to be alone too. Not telling you that you have to be isolated. There's a process for that as well through spiritual work, but spending time alone is important to not focus too much on the outside noise and focus more into your own knowledge, answers, and intuitions. I hope you liked this video and it has bring you a little bit more knowledge about spiritual awakening. Thank you for being here and have a beautiful day.